What's good, everybody? This is D the Philly Renegade. Yo, last Thursday the schedule dropped. I was in the middle of watching my Sixers and the Boston Celtics play that night. I took a quick peek at the schedule, got some comments on what I seen, what jumped out to me. Now that the NBA season is officially over, Sixers lost in 7 yesterday to Boston. There's no more basketball for me until come October, November next year. So I got a chance to focus in, came back to my schedule, and I was taking a look at this. And normally, to be honest with you, I do look at the schedule every year when it drops, obviously, for a real football perspective. But this year, I thought it was interesting in that I plan on really being in connected franchise next year. And, I'm thinking, like, all right, I'm going to play the schedule at least 2, 3, 4 times, probably in the first 3 months of Madden, depending on what type of leagues I jump into or maybe even what league I start, I got something brewing around that. We'll see if that actually comes to fruition or not. But I took a quick peek. I was just thinking, I said, I'm going to throw a quick video together, see what you saw when you looked at your squad's schedule. I'm going to quickly run through what I saw, and I'm going to touch on the primetime games real quick. So when I jumped into the schedule, I'm like, the first half of our schedule is looking real sweet. I like what I'm seeing here. I'm not really scared of anybody in the first half of the schedule here. We at New England, they're honoring Tom Brady. And Philadelphia Eagles, if y'all don't have Nick Foles as an honorary captain that game, y'all missing the greatest troll opportunity in the history of the world. You got to get Nick Foles out there doing that coin toss. The Vikings, they're gonna get their revenge someday. We've been handing it to the Vikings in some pretty big games the last few years, even going back to our Super Bowl year in the playoffs, NFC Championship game. So we got the Vikings early. I'm not overly scared of them. Tom Brady-less Tampa Bay Buccaneers, not worried about them. We got the Commanders, who always play well. Commanders gave us one of our losses last year, so they always play us well. But I like us to sweep them this year. We'll see. They may be a little bit better. Defense is always tough, but we'll see if they get it together on offense. The Rams were atrocious last year. Who knows what they're going to be this year? I like us playing the Jets early. I honestly wish we had them a little bit earlier, by week 6. Rodgers may have them gelling a bit, but I'm not really scared of the Jets either. Up in New York, we're gonna have a lot of Eagles fans taking the trip up 95, up the Turnpike, to watch that game. Miami at the crib, Sunday night matchup. Not afraid of that one. I like that matchup. See what our cornerbacks can do with all that speed they got. Then we go to Washington. It seems like we actually fare better in Washington. When we do split with them, we usually win there. They win here for some reason. And then here comes what I'm calling Murder's Row. We got the Cowboys at the crib. Then we go on the bye. I don't like that matchup. I don't like that combination, I should say. Because a lot of times teams, when they got that bye week coming up, they kind of slack off that week before. Now, with it being Dallas week, it actually may work out for us because Dallas week in Philly is a huge deal. We hyped up for that matchup. All the Philadelphia residents that their dads like the Cowboys in the 70s, we got a lot of those in the city. So it's always a battle between the fan base on sports radio in Philadelphia that week. So, and the players feel it. So I'm hoping they're going to be hyped up for that game going into bye week. Coming out the bye week is the Super Bowl rematch. You got a Monday night game there. It's not going to make up for the Super Bowl, but I think that's going to be a much hype game. Then we got the Bills, the 49ers, Cowboys, and Seattle again. That stretch right there is going to make or break the Eagles season this year. And usually with a stretch like that, I like to see a split, go right down the middle if we can get 500 in a murder row stretch like that. But because of some of those games, Cowboys we're going to be hyped up for. KC we're going to be hyped up for. San Fran been whining ever since the playoffs. And then Cowboys again. I'm looking for us to come on the plus side of that win percentage in that stretch. And then pair it with a nice start. We're going to be in a nice position come playoff time once we come out of that stretch with the Giants, Cardinals, and the Giants again to finish out the season. We've been destroying the Giants the last 20 times we played them. I think we only lost like 3 games to them. So it's a ridiculous record against the Giants over the last several years. So coming out of that stretch, Eagles focus in. We should be in real good shape for the playoffs. Knock on wood. We got the hardest schedule in the league this year. No commentary, all that comments we had last year about the Eagles had a cakewalk to the Super Bowl, which is nonsense. Because if that was the case, every team that had the weakest schedule, would make it to the Super Bowl every year. The Eagles went out and did what they had to do, dominated, and made it all the way to the bowl. So, all right, let's take a quick peek through the primetime games. I'm going to be honest, a lot of these primetime games, there wasn't really a whole lot that jumped out to me in these games. Cowboys-Giants week 1, that seems like that's been a tradition now for like the last umpteen years. They play week 1. This time in New York. A lot of times they seem like they open up in Dallas, but I might be wrong about that. Dolphins, Patriots, being an NFC dude, not really interested in that game. The next game on the Sunday night schedule that jumped out to me was the Cowboys and 49ers. KC Jets could be interesting. That's week 4. If Aaron got those boys gelling, KC coming to New York might be an interesting one. But it's definitely that Cowboys 49ers game. We play the Cowboys twice, obviously, every year. But the Niners I'm going to be keeping an eye on because that matchup with them, later on in our season is going to be critical. What else jumped out? Skip over the Eagles, of course. I just talked about them. The other one that jumped out, this is always a good matchup. 49ers and Seahawks. Divisional game, Thanksgiving Day, the last game of the day, I believe that's going to be. So that's going to be interesting to watch. Ravens Chargers will be interesting. Like I said, I'm an NFC dude, but I always keep my eye on Baltimore, as they say, Baltimore with a D. Went to school in Baltimore, so I keep an eye on the Ravens. If I had an AFC team, they would probably be my AFC squad. Cowboys Eagles again Sunday night. That's going to be a big one. And that's pretty much it as far as Sunday night schedule. I don't know, because I think a couple of these teams are going to take a step back. Packers obviously got a chance to take a step back. Love may have them gelling. We'll see. I think the Vikings are going to take a step back this year. So not really a whole lot jumped out to me on the Sunday night schedule. Monday night schedule was more the same. It wasn't really a whole lot that jumped out as far as, must-see TV. Here, again, depends on what the Vikings do. San Fran Vikings could be a good one. Nice bruising NFC battle. Giants Seahawks could be good. If the Giants stay where they were, maybe take a step forward. Seattle's up and coming. We'll see what Geno can do in year 2, out there of his resurrection of his career. But other than that, we already talked about the KC Eagles battle. Bengals Jaguars could be a good one. We got some love for Dougie P here in Philly. That could be a good game. Jump over here, Ravens 49ers could be a good one. This one here, this December 30th game, I think could actually be a real good matchup for the Lions, because I'm thinking in that division, Lions got a chance to win that division this year. So a late matchup against the Cowboys actually could be a critical game for them. We'll see if the Bears can take that step forward this year. Again, I'm expecting the Packers to take a step back. So it could be the Lions division, to win. So a late matchup against the Cowboys could make or break it for them. And then the Thursday night schedule, again, more the same. Wasn't really a whole lot jumped out at me. Against San Fran, I'm keeping an eye on just because we played them later on in the season, so I'll be definitely looking for that matchup. What else jumped out on the Thursday night schedule to me? Seahawks, Cowboys is usually a good matchup. And that's pretty much it. It wasn't a whole lot on the Thursday night. Thursday night has some, always get some criticism for having weak games, but there's a couple games in here that could be good matchups. Obviously, KC Denver, we'll see what Russ can do the second year. That's a divisional matchup that could be a good matchup, but there's nothing on the schedule that jumps out to me. But also, I'll say it from the reverse, it's nothing on the schedule that looks like it's a straight dud of a game. Just taking a quick look here. Yeah, these all got potential to be pretty decent games. Nothing jumps out as a dud. So anyway, let me know in the comments, what did you see when you looked at your squad schedule? Connect the franchise. Again, you're gonna be playing these schedules over and over again. I play with the Eagles exclusively. I've been rocking with the Eagles in good years, bad years. I always put up a graphic. If I can find it, I'll put it in this video. When I was rocking with the Eagles when they were like a 70 overall or maybe 73 overall, that's who I was rocking with. Still in the top 100 rank wise. So that's my squad. They up right now, so be it. I'm gonna rock with them. When they go down, hopefully in 4 or 5 years, once this Jalen Hurts era starts to wind down, when that money starts to hit, maybe they'll take a step back. I'm still gonna rock with them. So it don't matter to me. I'm an Eagles fan through and through. So what did y'all see when y'all looked at y'all schedule? I'm gonna put out those other couple videos I talked about connected franchise. The next one's gonna be the good I saw in connected franchise, things I really liked about connected franchise, and then the last one's gonna be the bad and the ugly about connected franchise. So stay tuned for those. It's Philly Renegade. I'm out.